ain't have nothing to do with me nor Kirk. Them bitches was coming at you about your because they had too much ammo for you.
Don't act like you didn't say that.
I wasn't there. And I damn sure ain't gonna come to somebody about they on some hair.
The tension in the room was palpable, a storm brewing beneath the surface of what was supposed to be a routine taping of the popular reality show. Cameras were rolling, the lights were bright, and the crew was in place. But for Yandy and Rasheeda, everything around them seemed to fade into the background. It was just the two of them, locked in a battle that had been a long time coming. Yandy had always been a woman of strength, but tonight, the weight of the situation threatened to break her composure. Mendices had always been at the center of the drama between them, but it had never been this intense, this personal, and now, in front of the cameras, it felt like everything was unraveling. Rasheeda had been a fixture in Yandy's life for years, a friend, a confidant, but when it came to Mendices, their relationship had always been complicated. There was no denying the history between Rasheeda and Mendices, an undeniable bond, a shared past that had always simmered just below the surface. But when Mendices had gotten involved with Yandy, things began to shift. Rasheeda had tried to be supportive at first, but it wasn't long before she started to question Mendices' loyalty and the choices he was making. And now, with the cameras capturing every moment, the gloves were coming off. Yandy could feel the heat rising in her chest as Rasheeda's words sliced through the air, sharp and biting. It wasn't just the usual teasing or friendly banter that had defined their relationship. This was real. Rasheeda's disdain for Mendices' choices had grown over time, and now she wasn't holding back. Every look, every word seemed to be aimed at Yandy, as if her relationship with Mendices was somehow a personal betrayal. Are you really gonna sit here and defend him, Yandy? Rasheeda's voice was laced with disbelief. After everything he's done, you're still gonna act like he's your knight in shining armor. Yandy's blood boiled, but she held herself together, knowing this was not the time to let her emotions take over. But the hurt was there, burning deep. Rasheeda had always been quick to point out Mendices' flaws, quick to blame him for their problems, but now it felt like an attack on her, as if Rasheeda was questioning her judgment, her choices, and everything that had led her to this point. Why do you always have something to say about Mendices? Yandy's words were firm, but her voice shook with the frustration she had been holding in for far too long. You're not the one in this relationship. I'm the one who has to deal with his mistakes, his baggage, and his past. So don't sit here and try to act like you know what's best for me. Rasheeda scoffed, rolling her eyes, but Yandy wasn't finished. She had reached her limit. This wasn't the time to hold back, not when her heart was on the line. You've been watching from the sidelines, judging me, judging him. You've always had your opinions, but you've never been in our shoes. Yandy continued, her voice growing louder with each word. You don't know what we've been through, what I've had to forgive. And yet, here you are, acting like you have all the answers. The tension between the two women was electric, the air thick with unspoken resentment and unresolved issues. It wasn't just about Mendices anymore. It was about something deeper, something that had been festering for years. The rivalry, the unspoken jealousy, the way Rasheeda's presence in Mendices' life had always loomed like a shadow over Yandy's relationship with him. Rasheeda's face twisted in anger, her eyes narrowing as she shot back. You think you're the only one who's had to deal with Mendices' mess? You think I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with someone who's always making mistakes? He's hurt both of us, and I'm tired of seeing you pretend like he's changed. You're letting him drag you down, Yandy. The words hit Yandy like a slap in the face, and for a moment, she felt the ground shift beneath her. She wanted to lash out, to scream at Rasheeda for all the pain she had caused, but the cameras were on them. The world was watching, and she refused to give anyone the satisfaction of seeing her break. But inside, it felt like everything was falling apart. Mendices' mistakes, Rasheeda's constant interference, the drama that had always followed them. It was all too much. Yandy had tried to hold it together for so long, but tonight it felt like the dam was about to burst. The fight between them grew more heated, voices rising, accusations flying. The crew stood in the background, uncertain of how to intervene, knowing they were witnessing the unraveling of something much bigger than just a feud between two women. It was the unraveling of a relationship, a battle for control, and a fight for respect that had been years in the making. In the end, the argument didn't have a clear resolution. Yandy stormed off, furious and exhausted, and Rasheeda's anger simmered beneath the surface. The cameras kept rolling, capturing the fallout, but for Yandy, the real battle had just begun. It wasn't just about Mendices or Rasheeda, it was about finding a way to navigate the mess that had become her life, and whether she could find a way to trust anyone, including herself, again. It looks like Yandy may have lost her battle to keep her family together. Word on the street is that Mendices is fed up with calling her his wife and has finally gone back to the love of his life, Erica Rasheeda. Some are even saying they might have already gotten married. To be honest, this situation is getting really messy. Yandy has not only called out Mendices for hurting her feelings, but she's also sending a clear warning to Erica, telling her to leave her man or else it will be on sight when they meet. It's no secret that the only thing keeping Yandy in this marriage is her pride, and now that Mendices has moved in with Erica, it seems Yandy has completely lost control. For those who haven't caught on to this tea, grab a seat and let me fill you in. Mendices was released from jail earlier this year after serving time for drug-related charges. While he was incarcerated, Yandy did everything she could to keep the family together, standing strong and handling it all on her own. With Mendices back, we all thought Yandy would finally get to enjoy her marriage after all the hard work and sacrifice she put in while he was locked up. She was determined to make their marriage work, even going to therapy to address the issues in their relationship. But as the saying goes, once a cheater, always a cheater. Instead of paying Yandy back with loyalty for holding down the family, Mendices decided to move on to Yandy's biggest opponent, Erica. In case you missed it, Erica and Yandy have been clashing for years, and the reason is clear. Mendices has refused to set boundaries with Erica. If you've been following the love triangle between Mendices, Erica, and Yandy, you've probably noticed how Yandy has always been in denial about the state of her marriage. Deep down, she knows Mendices is still involved with Erica and hasn't been fully honest with her, but her pride and arrogance lead her to believe she's the only woman in his life. She's good at pretending everything's perfect, but we all know things aren't as they seem. Erica has actually been with Mendices long before Yandy came into the picture. To show how much Mendices truly cares for Erica, his first baby mama, Samantha, revealed that Erica was one of the few women he genuinely loved. Erica herself shared that she and Mendices once had a life together. They lived together, had matching passports, took vacations, and even met his entire family. She was deeply committed to him, even helping care for his first child when Samantha wasn't around. However, when things weren't looking good for Mendices, he needed someone with stability and a solid plan for the future. That's when he met Yandy, and they got married. Despite his marriage to Yandy, Mendices kept communication with Erica. Now that he's out of prison and financially secure, sources say Mendices has dumped Yandy, moved out of their home, and into a new house with Erica to restart their relationship. If we're being honest, I don't think Yandy deserves the treatment she's getting from Mendices. She held him down, fixed all his issues, and got herself tangled in baby mama drama she never should have been a part of. She also had to endure disrespect from Mendices' mother and worked tirelessly to care for his children. All of that only for him to tell her that he was in the marriage out of obligation, not love. Without hesitation, he even admitted that if their roles had been reversed, he never would have supported her or held the family down the way she did for him.
That ain't have nothing to do with me nor Kirk. Them bitches was coming at you about your because they had too much ammo for you.
Don't act like you didn't say that.
I wasn't there. And I damn sure ain't gonna come to somebody about they on some half